All right, we have a new thing coming for you guys. This is Keeping Up with the Crazies, State of Yankees Twitter. We're all on Twitter. We all watch. Twitter's the best thing going when you watch sports. It's like you're watching it with a bunch of people that have the most crazy different opinions. So we're going to tackle all those, get our favorite responses, the idiots, the smart people, the funny people, thirsty girls, everything, and bring you a quick 10 to 20 minute episode just talking about the wild opinions that fly around on Twitter. We got Jared and Justin.
What's going on?
Oh, what's good, fellas? How you doing? How is everybody doing today?
Good. I'm excited.
Twitter's really revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
It's really it's the whole way we take in this damn game of baseball. It's really changed the whole thing, and quite frankly, I love it, and I can't get enough of it.
I'm addicted for sure.
It's taken up my whole life.
This is going to be a great platform for just the completely asinine opinions from so many people that they go unnoticed, and we're going to expose you now. So
the good, the bad.
I'm looking forward to it.
You know, the open Twitter, the Opens Twitter, the account where you have that GIF or the meme from Nickelodeon where that little short guy, I don't know who that is, but he walks in, opens up Twitter, sees a ridiculous tweet, turns right back around.
Yep.
So we're good. We got some smart people on this app too. Also, I want to talk about those guys also.
And
we all know there's a bunch of idiots.
And some funny. There's some really funny people on Twitter.
Yeah.
So the format of this is going to be, we have our main topics of the day or the week, probably going to be a weekly thing. Bird and Judge, Greg Bird's surgery, and Judge's getting the Adidas deal and the contract. Those are going to be our main subjects, and then we'll have some fun random ass tweets at the end. So let's start with Bird. The reactions to the Bird, and if you listen to the full Talking Yanks podcast, I went off for like 50 minutes because the reactions to the Bird injury are insane, and we want to throw an early tweet out there. Either of you guys have a good one right away, and then we can get into our thoughts and some more tweets.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw out one that I just personally don't understand why so many people are so quick to just kind of jump up on their high horse, and just make this announcement. I mean, this guy actually gets some recognition. This is Eric Hubbs. He's the Barstool guy, the only Barstool guy that covers the Yankees now.
Yep.
I'll read it. Greg Bird can no longer be counted on as the future first baseman of the New York Yankees. 3 major injuries, and he's only 25. Plenty of potential, but you have to stay on the goddamn field. Okay, I mean, you're right about the injuries, and yeah, you need to stay on the field, but I don't understand when fans can just get on their high horse and announce that, that's it, he's done. That's it. I mean,
that's a Hubs take.
Yeah,
that's a Hubs take. Yeah, I just think that's such a cold take. I mean,
I think
because the people that make these accusations are the same ones that when he's back in June and goes 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, they're back on the bandwagon before anybody. And it's just like, I don't know.
I'm with you. I mean, I think we got to see if he comes back in June, and if he's back in 8 weeks like he's expected, which. What is that, June, I guess, and he's healthy, he's playing, then listen, it's a bad take, we'll expose the hell out of that tweet. We'll retweet that. And when he's hitting, 10 home runs in July or whatever it is, we'll always go back to that because that's the beauty of Twitter. These tweets never die. The screenshots are there. But at the end of the day, listen, if he's coming back healthy, then it's a dumb tweet. But if he's not, if he's the Nick Johnson, maybe he's got something. But
that's a hot take now. Everybody's on the Nick Johnson.
Yeah, that is a weird hot take.
I'm screenshotting everybody's tweets because I'm not off of the Bird bandwagon yet. I think it's going to take one more. It's going to take one more injury. If he comes back in June or July and, he plays a month and then he goes down again, I might change my opinion, but I'm not off the bandwagon yet. So I'm screenshotting everybody's tweets that is completely off Bird and wants to move on and cut him and trade him. And when he's back and he's hitting bombs, I'm just going to out everybody. So just know if you're tweeting about Bird, I'm screenshotting everything.
You're watching. I like that. But here's the thing. The thing about that Hubs tweet is he says he's had 3 major injuries. Is this a major injury? If he's back in May, like they say, that's not a major injury. Didi and Gary didn't have major injuries last year. They were sidelined for a full month. 2 major injuries.
2. But one of them wasn't even really his fault. I mean, they just didn't find it. Yeah, they didn't find what was wrong with him for 6 months.
The other thing I don't understand, everyone is responding about, it's the same ankle. It's his ankle. This may be a biology thing. The heel is not the ankle, right?
Last time I checked.
So why is everyone on Twitter saying the ankle? He's never hurt his ankle.
So it's not the ankle.
No, it's his heel.
I thought it was the ankle. This Twitter's just fake news, man. I'm telling you.
Dude, it is. Whatever is out first just catches. I have a good Bird tweet that I really liked. So Brian Hoke tweeted out, "The news on Greg Bird is not good. Surgery tomorrow." And at fuck you 222-60521 responded.
That's an aggressive Twitter handle.
They responded to that Brian Hoke tweet and said, "Greg Shitfoot Bird."
Greg Shitfoot Bird.
And that one made me laugh. The shitfoot's in all caps.
The Shitfoot Bird? Is that going to be? That's going to be a thing in 2018 now?
Greg Shitfoot Bird.
By the way,
I've seen quite a few Greg Pussyfoot Bird, but
speaking of Bird and Hubs, I guess one of his tweets he did have it was, "Oh, you wonder why he re-aggravated his foot," and then he posted the video of him dancing around like a freaking idiot with the roll call idol. I laughed pretty hard at that tweet. That was, I mean, it's a good point. I doubt it really had anything to do with that. It's kind of like, well, how could you have Judge hitting the home run derby? It's going to affect him. But how could you have Greg Bird dance? It's going to affect his foot now. It's not.
I'm sure that commercial had nothing to do with it, but it's not a good look. I mean, it's bad timing. I'll give him that. It's bad timing for them to release that and he's dancing.
Some weird things with his feet.
I don't know if Hubs is being serious with that tweet or he's playing up like to the ridiculousness. Because if he's playing up to the ridiculous and he's saying that mockingly, that's funny.
Yeah.
But if he's being serious, and I think there's a chance he may be being serious, or maybe he doesn't even know if he's being serious or not. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's maybe less serious than people saying Judge shouldn't do the home run derby because it's going to screw up his swing. But how could you let him hit the home run derby and then he hits 100 bats 100 in July, the rest of July or whatever? But it's you just see these moves that he was doing with his feet. It just wasn't natural. He was like grabbing it, doing these weird stretches. It was a while ago though. I'm not blaming it on that, but just the thought of it in general, just because he just looks like a doofus doing it. And then you just, a few days later, he just out for the rest of the, for 2 months. So it's just not a good look on his end.
I will say, when I heard the news, and this is kind of sad, I wasn't pissed. I wasn't really anything. I read the news and my initial gut reaction was, yeah, it just made sense. He was struggling all spring and nobody really talked about it. And then he gets yanked out of the game, and I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, it's not a day-to-day thing. I just knew it was something, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I'm not ready to. I still can't get on board with everyone that's just ready to move on from him, and
I don't understand the need.
Announce he's not the future anymore because
he's a young guy on a rookie contract. Like, it costs nothing to keep him and hope that he gets better. The contingency plans and the backup plans will have to get a lot stronger because this may now be a nagging injury. He's never had a nagging injury until this one. So the contingency plans are going to have to be stronger. But everyone's saying, like, cut him, trade him, get rid of him. Those people are the crazies.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think, I've said this before on Twitter. I don't think you definitely shouldn't cut him. You definitely shouldn't trade him. You're not getting rid of him. You're not giving up on the guy. But he does get hurt a lot, and I've said this on Twitter. He's the guy in elementary school who would always get hurt during recess playing a sport, whether you'd fall down and then he'd get a bruise and start crying and then goes to the nurse's office. I don't know if he started crying in elementary school, but that's that kid. He's just that kid who always just seems to be hurt in elementary school and just spends just too much time in the nurse's office. I don't know if you guys ever had – I had a lot of those kids where I went to school.
I think you're describing Ellsbury more than Bird.
I don't think Ellsbury's soft. I don't think that. I think his injuries are legit. I think he wants to be out on the field. I know it's mentally screwing with his head because he's doing everything he can to be out on the field because he wants to be out there with his boys, with his guys. But he just spends a lot of time in Steve Donahue's office. I don't know what to tell you. He's just a little older. I don't know. That's just what Ellsbury too, though. That concussion got a little. That was a good concussion. That got him good.
Do we have any more on Bird, or should we move on to Judge and the Adidas ad.
We'll check back up on Bird in a couple months.
All right. Judge signed a deal with Adidas to be, it's his new sponsorship, and they made like old school style poster, and they put those out. And what, did people like it? People not like it? What do you got?
Well, I'll tell you who did. Me personally, I thought that just the posters in general, the art just wasn't looking too good. But I mean, this is the first time we saw Aaron Judge in any type of. I never seen the guy shirtless before, as opposed to Giancarlo Stanton. That guy's shirtless 24/7. You could pay that guy $10 to go shirtless for you. He loves just exposing everything. Aaron Judge, he's the type of guy who just goes out in a t-shirt, long sleeves, very low key. Meanwhile, this is the first time we've seen, at least I've ever seen, Aaron Judge in a muscle tee. He just no sleeves, and obviously you could imagine the Twitter wives of Twitter, the Yankee Twitter wives as they call them. They're thirsty. So this is going to be this week's thirst tweets. The thirst tweets, as I like to call them. There's a bunch of them. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know if I should expose any of these girls, but we'll
absolutely
throw it here.
Should.
This girl, Nikki, she's a good follow on Twitter. She loves the team. She loves men. And you could tell that she loves men here. First of all, I don't want her to be known as she loves the men. She loves the Yankees, but she tends to write about how much she, thinks, the Giancarlo Stans, the Tyler Wades, and the others are good looking. Aaron Judge now, he's got some muscle exposure, and so she sent out the picture and says, "Can he pose naked for me?" And then he goes, she goes, "I got so many X-rated thoughts today." And quite frankly, I can't really blame him because Aaron Judge, my man's finally showing some muscle. It's about time. Get out of your little humdrum life. Get out there a little bit. You're trying to keep up with Giancarlo Stanton. Get after it. But these thirst tweets, they didn't end today. They're all over the place, and I'm sure anyone on Twitter could see that.
I got a good response to the Judge from A Ortho Dinosaur. So maybe they're an orthodontist, or maybe they're a dinosaur, or maybe they're both. But A Ortho Dinosaur responded to the picture, and it's Judge standing next to boxes of baseballs that are in like office boxes, and he's holding a giant gavel, and there's giant gavels on the ground, like those are his baseball bats. So A Orthodontist responded, "I think if he was to use a giant gavel, that would be considered cheating." And I'm going to agree with A Orthodontist. I think he's right. That's true.
That is cheating. And quite frankly, it's going to ruin his whole mechanics if he's trying to get the gavel to make good, solid contact with the ball. I don't know how that's going to work. You can't do that.
Be incredibly hard.
I want to know how much it costs to take him off of Under Armour, because Under Armour's making big moves, and he's been with Under Armour since I think 2013 or 14. I just want to know how much Adidas threw his way. So that's my thirst. I'm in on the thirst. I want to know how much Adidas paid him. I bet it's over 100 mil. That's just my speculation, but I bet it's over 100 mil.
More than his contract, for sure.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Better be more than his contract. And that could be another reason why the girls are so thirsty. We all know how many gold diggers are out there. Just putting that out there. He does have buck teeth. He's going to be rich one day. So just throwing that out there.
That's the trademark gap. I like it.
Listen, I got nothing against it. You know me. I sleep with Aaron Judge every night, or at least below him. Well, that's going to be taken out of context. So, is it? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm an Aaron Judge guy. You compare, Aaron Judge to the competition between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, like between the women. I like to compare it to Derek Jeter and A-Rod. I like to think Aaron Judge is more of the Jeter, just like low key, and A-Rod is the Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton's the one kissing himself in the mirror like A-Rod. That's the way I kind of see it. And there's two types of women out there. They got the Jeter ones and the A-Rod ones. And I've noticed that these people have similar Judge and Stanton values. So I don't know. That's just a little thing I picked up through the thirst tweets. They both have those same. Giancarlo are both bad boy people, in my opinion. A-Rod may be a little more bad boy in my eyes. I don't know. It's whole.
A-Rod's a weird form of bad guy.
A-Rod is a weird guy.
All right, let's move on to some quick hitters. Some just good tweets you saw. Solid responses gave you a laugh or made you turn your head. Sometimes a tweet just makes you turn off the app in itself. I'll go first with a new hire alert. I saw this and thought immediately, Yanks, here's your next hire. Someone tweeted out about the Bird news, and Paul Coletti at Paul Coletti1 said, Kaline, Mantle, and Giambi didn't strike out on check swings that went too far. All three used the same technique to prevent it. Judge would have had 70 home runs last year had he used it. Email me, pauljohncoletti@gmail.com. So I think you got to hire this guy.
He included his email address in the tweet?
Right there.
Oh, he's serious. He's serious.
Let's email him right now.
Yes. I'm gonna email him that GIF of Judge peeking into the frame. That's incredible. To piggyback off of the Yankees' next hire, for that exact same Bird tweet from the Yankees, their official announcement of his surgery today, we've got Rob at Sir Cutsman, and I mean he's solved the Bird injuries for everybody. Please work with him to change his swing follow-through. He rolls his right ankle on every swing on a pitch middle or in. If he continues to do that, the right foot injuries will only get worse. So,
I may as well be replacing Marcus Thames right now, right?
Yeah, Rob got us. I don't know why he's wasting his time. I mean, tweeting it. Give him a call. Call him up. I mean, Rob figured it out. We're all speculating, wondering if Bird is the franchise first baseman like we thought. But follow through is clearly the problem, and Rob got us. So
what this guy needs to do, he needs to be like that guy on Twitter, Rob Freeman, who just posts nasty pitching videos. You know, kind of dissects the motion a little bit, dissects the pitch. This guy, if he's such a know-it-all, let's see it dissect. Let's see it dissect the swing. A little Jomboy action,
Yeah,
the way Jomboy. A little breakdown. That's what I dissect the brawl. That's what I do. You break down. You're such a big shot in mechanics. Let's see it. I want to see. If you need the editing skills, the video editing skills, if we know a couple people, give us. I can give you an email address. Email Peter Coletti. What's his name? Peter Coletti.
Peter Coletti. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's going to cut down all of Judge's check swings, which then will turn him into a 70 home run hitter. It's foolproof. All right, I got another one. This falls under the "Hey, why are you here?" category. And we
gotta get sound effects for all these, by the way.
Yeah, we gotta get sound effects.
Like a little jingle, like I don't know, like corny late night television type stuff.
Yep. So hey, why are you here? From Martini Man, who responded. The Yankees posted a picture of Giancarlo Stanton's home run, and they said it's just so beautiful. And Martini Man responded, "Who cares? So they can so they can throw and hit a ball. Most pro sports are a waste of time and money. Just my opinion about pro sports."
Really?
Can we get him on the show? Because I feel like he'd be a great first guest.
So
Martini, what does he enjoy in life? Because isn't that like any Martini?
The way he started off was perfect.
Why, Martini Man? Are you here? Why are you on Twitter responding to @New York Yankees?
Martini Man. Well, what would you say you do here? What was the tweet? How beautiful is that? What was the tweet?
Yeah, from the Yankees just said, "It's so beautiful."
And he starts it off with, "Who cares?"
Who cares? I don't like baseball or any sports. That's just my opinion. Like, okay, thanks, Martini Man, for giving us your opinion. But why are you here?
Why are you here?
Yeah. I got another one, and this one falls under the category of, hey, that's true. I kind of agree with that. The Yankees tweeted out all their food options for the stadium.
Hell yeah.
And Owen Casey, Brock's Bombers 42, just replied, "The thing I don't get is why you serve Papa John's. I mean, this is New York City. The best pizza in the world." That's
a good point.
It's a good point.
But 6 runs and more, Papa John's 6.
This is where Owen Casey lost me, because that was a great point. Hey, why you got Papa John's? This is New York City, best pizza in the world. Then he says, "Don't get me wrong. I like Papa John's."
I got a real problem with that because one day I just remember, I think it was the day after the Yankees put up, it was that one game where they put up, where Matt Holliday, the day after Matt Holliday hit the walk-off, they put up 11 runs that game, or 13 runs even. The Orioles game, they put up a ton of runs. And I went to the game the very next day, and I heard on the radio on the way over, something along the lines of, the Yankees scored 6 runs, get your 50% off Papa John's. So I go to the stadium, I walk to the Papa John's concession. "You guys doing 50% off here?" He's like, "Oh, no, it's only outside of Yankee Stadium. You can do it." I'm like, "Oh, dude, like, you're going to do the Papa John's." Like, come on. I don't know.
It's always
tricks. I'm a bad storyteller.
There's always tricks to get you.
Always...
oh no, we were only doing that at one location. All right, well, that's it. Thanks, everyone, for listening and joining. That's the first episode of Keeping Up with Crazies, the State of Yankees Twitter. Jomboy, will not be on this all the time. It's going to be Jared and Justin's gig, or I don't know, whoever Jared host, Justin host. Maybe we'll get Jake in here every now and then. It'll be a fluid thing. Just another fun way to talk about the Yankees season and the crazy people on Twitter. So thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Crazies. Thanks, fellas. See you next week.